Hi guys, I'm Adam Wilborn from WhatCulture.
And I'm Andy Murray from WhatCulture. Just spoke over you there.
That's
Sorry
fine.
about that.
And this is the news. Starting off today with an update on Ronda Rousey's situation. Of course, the big news we reported yesterday is the fact that she could be leaving WWE following WrestleMania this year. Well, WWE have issued a statement regarding that. It's been reported in The Observer by Shagger Dave.
TMZ Sports.
And by TMZ Sports. Ronda Rousey is under contract with WWE until April 10th, 2021. Whether she wants to start a family is a private matter. That's what WWE say. Ryan Satin was talking about this as well, saying that he thinks that they'll probably just let her go away to start a family and then hope that she will eventually come back. What do you make of all this?
I think it's hard to read too much into that statement. The wording of the starting a family thing does sound unnecessarily frosty. Like, that's her business.
It's like, look, we've got her under contract, but if she wants to start a family...
Yeah, I guess that's okay. But, I mean, Ronda Rousey's been saying crazy stuff about, like, going away and having Travis Brown's babies on a ranch for years and years and years. It's no great surprise. And she has always spoken about wrestling as being something of a temporary thing. So, again, no great surprise, as disappointing as her leaving would be. I don't think we can glean too much from this statement. I think it essentially says that what Dave said yesterday about the potential of her going away, having a child, or several children if she wants, and then coming back in some kind of Undertaker, John Cena-esque part-time role is very much still on the cards.
Can you imagine the anticipation for her coming back? Because she has had arguably one of the greatest rookie years ever.
Second best of all time?
Yeah,
Kurt Angle,
I don't think she has had really that many bad moments in this entire year. If you take it from, well, let's leave out pointing at the WrestleMania side of the Royal Rumble 20 times.
That was crap.
But WrestleMania to WrestleMania, she's just been arguably flawless.
Yeah, I mean, you can sit there and pick apart specific lines in promos and stuff, but like, that is so small fry, it doesn't even matter. Just look at the high-level programs, the high-level matches. She dragged 2 great matches out of Nia Jax. Not even Asuka or Bayley could do that down in NXT, for God's sake. She's a natural. She's great. She's the biggest star in the company, on the full-time roster at least. They'll miss her greatly, I think. She's really helped bring the women's division up to another level of prominence. So here's hoping that it's all bollocks and she sticks around forever, because I think she's awesome.
Absolutely.
You know what else is awesome? The Royal Rumble!
Yay!
It's on Sunday. What a segue by the King. Ticket sales, though, they're not going so well, unfortunately, which is weird, because it's the Royal Rumble. It's really hotly anticipated, and the card is awesome. I can't wait for this show.
No, we were talking about this yesterday as arguably being one of the best Rumbles in terms of the Royal Rumble match anticipation and all the matches on the card. One of the best ever. I'm sort of surprised, and then, again, not surprised at this. I'm stunned, that this hasn't been a sellout when you look at the card, but then when you look at the location, it is kind of understandable. The
location and kind of the general malaise surrounding the company. Live events were way down in terms of attendances last quarter in their last revenue report. So it's an area of the business that isn't doing so well, and I've got the numbers right here, courtesy of our very good friend Shagger Dave, who the comment section love. So the expectation at the moment is that the building will be set up for 43,000 people in Phoenix. Apparently, they only anticipate drawing somewhere between 25 and 30,000. Now, I've got numbers for Raw and SmackDown and NXT as well. NXT is expected to be somewhere between 8,500 and 9,000. That is, of course, in a different building. Raw, about 7,000, and SmackDown, about 6,500. All of these, apart from TakeOver, are considered big disappointments. Now, a little perspective before we dunk on these numbers, especially for the Royal Rumble. Not the talking stick, what's it called? The Chase Field in Phoenix. This will be one of the biggest buildings WWE run all year.
Yeah.
And even if they get 25,000, that is still going to be one of the biggest wrestling shows of the year. But as things stand, they are going to have to tape off large sections of the building, and for a pay-per-view as big as the Royal Rumble, what, the second biggest WWE show of the year?
I'd say so.
That's pretty embarrassing.
It is. I'm stunned, that they haven't done better, but then at the same time, like you say, those numbers are nothing to be sniffed at, and we are no stranger to seeing areas covered up at WWE events. Having said all that, Dave might be wrong, because we reported yesterday on the Royal Rumble burger that they're going to be serving at Chase Field, and I think that sells 10,000 tickets in and of itself.
Well, we saw Daniel Bryan shoot on it on Twitter.
Exactly. And Seth Rollins was promoting it as well.
Cut a promo on a burger, for God's sake. What a character. What a gimmick.
Moving on to our next story for today, and it surrounds WWE's TV deals and WWE's contracts. WWE has apparently told its staff, and it's obviously its wrestlers more importantly than that, this is according to Shagger Dave and the Observer yet again, that when the new TV deals come into effect with all that extra dollar, their contracts are going to increase. As if WWE needed any more excuse to throw more money at their talent.
Yeah.
It looks like things are set to change yet again.
Yeah, I mean, this is all, again, very, very good news, because it would have been quite easy for the company to just stash this money or fund some outlandish, stupid business deal like, I don't know, the XFL. But no, this is very encouraging. If they're going to transfer this money over to the wrestlers, apparently they've all been told that when these deals come in, your new contracts will be mega. So it's good, and it is also probably another sign of increased competition. Like, would WWE have done this if it wasn't for like AEW coming along and throwing loads of money about as well? It's pretty interesting.
Do you think also, not only in terms of guarding against talent going to AEW, I know we're reading a lot into this, but do you think it's also possibly that if they sit there and say, look, even the lower tier talent will be on really decent wages, they're betting that some people will go, yes, I probably would have more creative control and more opportunities at AEW, but also I've got a family, I want this to be the easy life, and I'm getting paid a decent wage in WWE. Why up sticks and move?
Well, that's it. That's the big question when wrestlers are deciding these things. It is money versus creative. WWE is never, ever going to offer them the same level of freedom individually, whether this is good or bad, as something like AEW, but they can offer big money. Now, another interesting facet of this is that the guys AEW are funded by, the Khan family, are multi-time billionaires. They can literally buy and sell Vince McMahon. So it's going to be interesting to see how it all pans out. WWE are a financial powerhouse, but the Khan family eclipse them. So
Battle of the Scrooge McDucks.
Scrooge McDucking and indeed clucking. Anyway, our final story of the day.
Right, take it away.
Yeah, good. So New Japan Pro Wrestling have a upcoming US tour next week. They are running 3 dates across the country. And, well, the cards came out the other day and they really suck. So basically, these cards have no real, well, they've got one Japanese wrestler, Great O'Karn, who is currently on excursion in the UK. He is the only Japanese wrestler on these cards. The rest are all US and Canadian talents, guys like Trent Beretta, Chuck Taylor, Rocky Romero, a bunch of guys from the New Japan Dojo over in Los Angeles, Carl Fredericks, Alex Coughlin, and they are not really what people expected. Now, there's a good reason for this.
And it's the Democrats. The Democrats are the reason behind this. Tell us why, Andy Murray.
I'm not going to tell you why the Democrats are going to behind it. I'm going to tell you why the US government shutdown is apparently behind it. So basically...
Come on, fake news, man.
Basically, New Japan wanted to have guys like Yuji Nagata, Tomohiro Ishii, Hiroki Goto, and a lot more come over and do these tours so they'd be authentic New Japan shows. However, because of the government shutdown in the USA, they were unable to secure visas, and they've issued a big statement here. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it says at the top, it is with great disappointment that we must announce that due to the ongoing US federal government shutdown, we were unable to obtain visas for our Japanese talent, who were looking forward to seeing our US fans in a new beginning in the USA. So, while they've set matches together like Juice Robinson versus Beretta, is not exactly what you think about when you think of New Japan, is it?
No, exactly. I think that's a fair point. And shall we move on very swiftly so the comment section can talk more about the Royal Rumble and our Twitter questions than, you know, Donald Trump, which is always fun on the internet. Yeah, let's move on to our Twitter questions for the day. Don't forget you can send them to us at WhatCultureWWE. Our first question comes from Matthew Rubin today. He says,
Matty.
Out of all the Royal Rumbles, which one do you believe was the best?
Oh my. That is difficult for me to answer objectively because my first ever wrestling show was the 1992 Royal Rumble when I was just a wee bairn up in Scotland. I think it's I still think it's the best Rumble of all time. It has that sentimental factor, but you also get like Ric Flair's awesome performance, Hulk Hogan just being a massive bell end at the end, and all these weird, wonderful characters that you just don't get in WWE anymore. 2001 was great. 2018 was awesome as well.
Yeah, 2000, 2001 I really enjoyed. Phil, was 2000 the Too Cool one?
Yeah.
Yes, it was. That was
a classic for me. I think that's one of the first Rumbles I really
Big Show and The Rock at the end as well.
Really distinctly remember.
Jack and Foley on that card.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Fantastic. But yeah, last year's Rumble, the men's Royal Rumble and the women's Royal Rumble last year were both fantastic.
Yeah.
There is going to be a list going out very soon.
Is there?
I have ranked every Royal Rumble match with the help of my pamphlet.
You made a list on our channel.
From worst to best. So
that'll be banging.
I'm going to enjoy people's thoughts on that one. Let's go move on to the next question from Paradigm Capalego.
Capalago? PC.
Thank you anyway for your question. They say, who do you think are entrants 1 and 2 for their respective Rumbles, and who do you want to see in those spots?
In the men's one, I want to see Andrade and Rey Mysterio.
Exactly what I was going to say.
Go and have a banging little match to start things off, right? 2 minutes, just go mental. Or a minute, whatever. I think he's going to win as an Iron Man. I think it'll be Seth Rollins. And you could throw any random goober in there, couldn't you?
Corbin.
Yeah, big banter, whatever. Throw him in, get him eliminated in 30 seconds. For the women, bit tougher. If you want someone to go coast to coast, go the full distance. I think they'll probably pick Charlotte because that's what they do. Sonya Deville, I don't know, why not?
I'm going to go, if we're going to do Rey and Andrade in the men's, I'll go Naomi because she's got the big dramatic entrance that they can make a nice little scene out of. And then, of course, Mandy Rose number 2, and just have them go at it straight away.
Go and do the bit, the bit at the beginning of Mandy's entrance scene, where she like whispers her name.
Mandy.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
You just shower after that.
Final question for today. Really like this question. A Power Peanut the Nerd sent it to us.
That's us.
He says, should the WWE adopt parts of the G1 Climax contract and have the Rumble winner be challenged for their championship match? It would give the pay-per-views before Mania another hot match. I really like this idea.
I think that's pretty cool. I mean, the G1 Climax thing, they're walking around carrying this briefcase around, and it's pretty much a Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Visually, at least, but they're not threatening to cash in on every show. It's very much a contract for a match at a specific time. I think it'd be pretty cool if they did the same thing with the Royal Rumble, but you would have to obviously worry about crossover with Money in the Bank because it's a similar concept. And I don't know if WWE would go for that. Maybe you'd have to get rid of Money in the Bank, which would be kind of a shame.
Yeah, I think it would. I think it would arguably the pay-per-view in between Elimination Chamber, Fastlane, that sort of thing. Usually
block end of the road. I don't know.
It would add an intriguing another match to that pay-per-view and give you a reason to watch. But I'd guess 99 times out of 100 you're going to go, well, they're not going to take away the Royal Rumble win from someone. But I like it as a concept. I think it could work. Or as you say, I think maybe not with the Royal Rumble win, but certainly with the Money in the Bank contract. They don't do that a lot where people put it online unless they need to take it off someone because they're injured. Yeah,
stuff like that I think perhaps makes a little bit more sense, and it would avoid diluting Money in the Bank and it would avoid diluting the Royal Rumble, but I do think that's a very interesting suggestion.
Kevin Owens and Braun Strowman last year, for example. We all went, well, Braun Strowman's going to retain Money in the Bank. But what if he doesn't? So, it'd be interesting, something to try out.
Yeah, be quality. And finally, today, I'm doing it for once.
Yeah.
Yesterday, if you were hanging around on the internet, and you probably are, considering you're watching this video on YouTube and you like wrestling, 2 days ago, there was a meme going around. This Twitter user called Orin posted, non-wrestling fans who are wondering what's up with wrestling, check this S word out. And it's a clip of Daniel Bryan's awesome promo from SmackDown. Fantastic. There was a lot of funny responses to this that went viral.
Bloody baby boomers.
Orin, the Twitter user, has found the best one, and this is an absolute banger. So, they write, of the thousands of people who have responded to or quote tweeted the Daniel Bryan thing, this is the only good one. And it's a reply from Stephen A. Spliff, very good, at The Real Treasus, who says, dude in the ring looks like a rollerblader. What the hell happened to wrestling? And it is this picture of AJ Styles.
He does look like a rollerblader.
He looks like a bloody rollerblader.
If Vince sees that, he's going to go, Rollerblading's still popular, right?
Yeah, we can make him a hardcore rollerblader.
What the hell happened to wrestling? I don't know. It got really good.
It got better. I don't know. To be fair, I've always kind of thought that AJ Styles, as good as he is, does kind of look like a massive dork. So
That hair flowing back as he rollerblades to the ring, I'd pay money to see that.
Imagine that. They'd have to change his music up. Can you imagine?
If it's not AJ Styles, I guarantee in the next 6 months to a year, we're going to see a rollerblading gimmick in NXT.
If not AJ Styles, who do you think the biggest rollerblading fanatic in WWE is? I could see Mojo.
Mojo, I was going to say Zack Ryder.
Zack Ryder, yeah, going woo woo woo.
Let us know your thoughts on who you think the best rollerblader in WWE is.
What a question!
I bet it's someone weird like Braun Strowman or something.
We're gonna get. Can't wait for the comments today, man. We're gonna get the rollerblading comment. We're gonna get a little called Cucks because you wore a bloody Stars and Stripes hat. It's gonna be great.
It's going to be Happy Friday. Look, the Royal Rumble is just around the corner. We're all very giddy with excitement
nice,
here.
you bunch of bellheads.
Let us know your thoughts on who the best rollerblader is in WWE and your thoughts on all today's news stories in the comments section below. And hey, don't forget to follow us on Twitter. You can follow Andy Murray at
Andy H. Murray.
You can follow Phil Chambers at Phil My Chambers. You can follow
Didn't
me
even let him speak.
at Adam Will. When he's off mic, you might miss it. He's good. He's got a lovely jumper on today as well. You can follow me at Adam Wilburn. You can follow us all at WhatCulture WWE, and make sure you check out WhatCulture's new podcast by searching for What Culture Wrestling on either iTunes or Spotify. My thanks to professional rollerblader Andy Murray. Thanks to you for watching, and we will see you soon.